Day 5 of the panel interviews for Soulful and Magnetic. I'm your host, Tiffany Cano. I'm the CEO of Highly Perceptive People Academy, and this is going to be an incredible summit. And today is a preview of the wonderful speakers that we have. So absolutely stay tuned for healing, for blessings, for insights.
Soulful and Magnetic, hosted by Tiffany Cano. Prosperity by design, RSVP for free
All right. We are ready for another incredible pre-event panel interview. We have Julie Flippin and Dagmar Fleming. Scott Schilling was having some tech problems, so not sure that he'll be joining us today, but ladies, we are going to get underway and have some fun. So I'd love for you to first share about what does being soulful and magnetic mean to you? And so, Julie, I'll have you go first and kindly unmute. Still muted. There you go.
All right. Hey, everyone. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you so much for doing this. You're amazing. And it's so beautiful to be with people that go the extra mile. And I see that that's what you do. I'm sure you do that with your clients as well. So soulful and magnetic. I love those two words together because when we remember who we truly are in the divine within, and we connect with our soul on a deeper level and own who we are, what our soul's calling us for, it becomes magnetic. Everything that is going to serve us, the world, and each other will be drawn to us. And that's how I see soul and magnetic together. It's beautiful, beautiful combination.
Thank you. Dagmar.
Tiffany, first of all, thank you for inviting me to be part of this amazing experience. Being soulful and magnetic is everything I strive for every single day. And soulful simply means to me that you are embodiment of your unique essence, of the journey that each one of us is on. It's giving ourselves permission to have all the good with all the bad, because simply it's part of how we express ourselves. This is how we evolve. So I love when we allow ourselves to step into that essence without judgment, bias, opinion, or trying to fit in. How exhilarating that you have a summit all around embodiment of your own unique frequency. And naturally, magnetic means that we don't have to be in the program of struggle, that we don't have to believe that everything has to be given to us, that everything has to be earned. Sometimes it's about simply being at the right space at the right time, attracting people to you that match your vibration, match your consciousness, match your passion. And magnetism allows us to step into life of ease and out of hardship. So, wow.
Beautiful.
Brilliant. Brilliant. You're brilliant, Tiffany. I'm like, how is she so brilliant?
Aw, thank you. Spirituality is like my number one. Like, ever since I was a kid, I could talk to God. I could see auras. I could communicate with animals, with nature. And I connect with source the way I was. And then I realized, oops, nope, not exactly. And then when, you add in that divine connection, it automatically helps you to be even more magnetic, even more attracting incredible, beautiful people into your life, into your business. And it just makes it really, really fun. So I'm curious, ladies, most of the people who are on my summit are coaches, are healers. We're heart-centered, beautiful, entrepreneurs. I'd like you to tell us a little bit more about you. Like, who do you serve and how do you help? So, in about a minute or so, let's go ahead and Dagmar, why don't you start us off this time?
Well, thank you, Tiffany. I serve conscious and heart-based entrepreneurs who have a big passion, but they get stuck. It seems like they're doing the right things, but their efforts are not translating in monetary, financial, or even visibility ways. So I help them release those emotional and mental barriers to their own success so that they can create even more income, influence, and impact. And I also work with conscious female entrepreneurs that want to embrace their own magnetic, divine feminine power. So we work with the womb healing, with embracing the goddess energy, and really stepping into the realm of magical feminine possibility.
Beautiful. Julie.
Thank you. Oh, I love that. I work with men and women, individuals and entrepreneurs, and they all have a soul calling. My clients feel like there's something wrong. They've hit a wall, they're stuck, they can't seem to move forward. And yet there's some kind of a remembrance somewhere, probably from early, that was filled with joy. And it tickles them. And so they get the divine tap and they know there's something more. And they'll come sometimes without knowing. If it's an entrepreneur, it's pretty clear. I want to get clients. I want to make money. The individuals, it might be a relationship, a career, but we do the same work. We do the same work, regardless of who you are. We want to clear all the old stories, all the old roles and the beliefs and the way we were raised and the traumas and all the things so that we find that the divine essence that's always been there. And what's really cool about it is when that happens, their other gifts start to come online because we are all so gifted. We come with them. And like you, Tiffany, speaking to ghosts or the people who have passed on and things like that. And once we get to that point, then we create the plan or the strategy as to how to create or magnetize what they truly want. Because until we get to that point, it's kind of wasted energy. Like you can go do the things, but what are you going to attract? And so I combine intuition, psychology, and energy work to work with my clients and bring them from fear to freedom.
Beautiful. I love those three things. Intuition, psychology, and spirituality. Whoop, whoop. For me, I've been, seeing clairvoyantly my whole life, healing since I was really little, started getting paid for it when I was 8 years young, $1 for 10 minutes. And then I've just had this passion for spirituality, for metaphysics, for energy healing. And I've been teaching transformation workshops for 3 decades now. I host Soul of an Empath podcast, the Knowing You show. My Love Seen Heard TV show is going to be streaming on major platforms within the next month. And I'm in 4 or more upcoming transformation documentary movies that are coming out next year. We have Pillars of Power, discovering the hidden secrets behind achieving greatness in the first part of the year. Then in the spring, Rise of the Lioness, the power of feminine leadership, Miracles, and at the end of next year is the Money Matrix. So we have all these really juicy, fun ways of edutainment that is coming out, and all of those movies will be streaming on major platforms. So for me, like being able to see and then facilitate healing for what is in your blind spot so that you can make more money, have more loving relationships, greater health and vitality, and a stronger spiritual connection. I mean, that's, what I'm all about. Love and service. That's it. However it shows up in life is however God guides me, because I didn't want to do anything with TV and movies, but I was guided there. I had a tantrum at first and then I surrendered. And being in surrender mode, then good things happen. And then being in surrender mode, I got the guidance to host this summit. And as you can all see, this summit is incredible. We have wonderful coaches and healers in this summit. You must come live October 17th to Zoom. You can sign them at soulfulandmagnetic.com or at the promo link that your speaker, put in the post for you, and come play with us. Every person is going to be doing like kinesthetic, experiential stuff in between, teaching us something, right? And some speakers are going to be working with you individually, like with laser coaching. So it's very, very engaging, which is why I have people from all over the globe staying up till 3 and 4 in the morning and waking up at like 4 in the morning to attend live. And if you absolutely can't, then for sure get the VIP. So let's continue on getting to know our speakers a bit more. And I think it'd be nice to hear about, like, what are some of your blind spots, ladies, that have, that you've stumbled on in life, like you got out of alignment, maybe with your business or with something in your personal life. And then what did you do to overcome that and shift back into alignment and success? Who feels called to go first?
I can go first.
Okay, Julie.
Like, where would we begin? I'm sure I speak for all of us, as this is not a one and done. There are layers and layers. I think one of the, there's a couple of things that come for me. One of the big blind spots that I've had is based on, of course, most things are based on our self-worth, self-love, and setting up situations and work and personal where people need me. So that needing me gave me some kind of validation and made me feel worthy. And I remember getting to a point one day, it feels like it's one day, I woke up and thought, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted of all these people needing me. Like, why can't they figure this stuff out themselves, whatever it might be? And so that always, I love it when I hit that point, because there always is going to come an awakening at that time that says, is this about me or is this about them? My sponsor, I'm like 31 years clean and sober, but she used to say, if it's one or more, if it's one person, it's probably them. If it's one or more, there's a 50-50 chance it's you. And so really starting to look at that and realizing I set it all up because I didn't know I was enough just being who I was. And I mean, that's there are so many tentacles that are going to come out from that show up in different ways. So I would say that was a blind spot. That was probably my biggest blind spot. And it showed up in many different ways. And I mean, I could go on, but
Thank you. Thank
Mhm.
you. Dagmar.
Well, thank you for the question, Tiffany. My Unlock Your Success mentorship program is based on my blind spot. You see, I came from an ex communist country to America, started my own global business consulting, and my life was really easy and good, and money was coming from all directions without much work until it didn't. And what happened is I realized that I made too much money too fast and too easily for my own comfort level. See, I made in 1 month more than my father did probably in a year growing up. So this was a beginning of a great awakening when I realized that how you grew up, what you were exposed to, the concepts, the things you heard about what money represents, or any limiting belief for that matter, still is buried deeply inside your brain, inside your energetic body, and it's waiting to be woken up like this monster that's coming out at night. And for me, I simply reached certain level of my income with so much ease that in my mind that was wrong. It was wrong to be financially stable, to have money, not to work so hard for it, because I came from a program of struggle and hardships. But because of that blind spot, which now I believe was purposed in my soul evolution, I downloaded my modality called the Triple Quantum Reset, which allowed me to understand how we get imprinted with experiences and how we create patterns of disempowerment and limitation throughout the life to validate that negative experience. So we can say that my blind spot ended up opening me up to a brand new level of working with entrepreneurs and provided me this chance to really not only overcome my own blind spots, but allow others to shine, to thrive, to be soulful, to be abundant, without guilt, shame, or all that hardship that has been implanted in us.
Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, it's so interesting with blind spots. Like I can see them in other people like in an instant. And I have to like go inward, like in meditation, journal, inner reflection to sometimes see my own. And I've definitely had elements of all those core wounds, the core wounds of not feeling loved or seen or heard or understood or belong. Um, the one that's really come up a lot in this last year has been about it's not safe to be seen because I'm getting so friggin' visible with all these movies and TV show. And, there's like that inner critic that's like, well, if you're going to be on TV, you need to be, like this big, not this big, right? Or, other kinds of voices that have come up. And being able to acknowledge the fear, let go of the tension, let go of the constriction in my body about it, meditating, connecting with source, and remembering that when I'm just being the instrument, the ego just zips right up, right? Those little gremlins don't have a voice because my soul is in the driver's seat. And so my go-to is always connect with source, connect with God, connect with my higher soul, and bring that divine essence into my everyday moment by moment by moment. And it's not always easy, because life has challenges, right? Little squirrel distractions. Yet, it's just part of what I've trained myself to do when I'm feeling triggered about something. Can you all relate, like the viewers here? What if we just took a moment to just let go of something? Like, we're all pretty conscious people here. So let's let go of an old wound, an old belief, something that is blocking us from more money, since the theme is abundance, right? And just empty. Okay, so I'm going to play a little song here while we're letting go for just a moment, and I encourage everybody to participate and let go too. And the song that I had in mind just left us. So it's no longer there. So how about we do I'm a yes to money.
I'm a yes to money. I'm a yes
We let go of
to
anything
money.
that
I'm a
isn't
yes
a
to
yes.
money, and money comes to me. I'm a yes to money. I'm a yes to money. I'm a yes to money, and money comes to me.
Right? We can let go in an instant, right? Emptying out any fears, any blocks to money.
I'm a yes to money. I'm a yes to money, and money comes to me. I'm a yes to money.
Good. Thank you for playing. I love doing stuff like that, like when it feels inspired in the moment. And let's continue with, you know, this open-hearted space with our coaches and healers. Talk to me more about how can your clients and students get more in alignment with abundance? And abundance to me doesn't so many areas of life that you can bring in abundance. Like, talk to me about, maybe what might be getting in their way of that and how they can make those shifts. Dagmar, let's have you jump in first.
Thank you. I'm very passionate about helping my clients and in general for all people to step into abundance. And the first step is to understand that our abundance is a divine birthright. We're all children of higher consciousness. Can you imagine, as a mother or father, sending your children into the courtyard and sending them to suffer, or sending them off for pain? No, nobody does that. So there is this discordant idea in human psyche, perpetuated through the myth of the survival of the fittest, that tells us that somehow the world that we live in is limited, and that we need to fight for everything, and that there's not enough for everyone. And every commercial on TV tells you that there is more and you don't have it, so you're not good enough, or you don't have what it takes. So unfortunately, as humans, we created a pattern of lack, not deserving, and yet the universe is showing up that everything operates on whatever you need is given to you. We have beautiful sun that provides us with energy every single day, whether you're poor or rich. We have air to breathe. We have plants that continue to generate oxygen for us. We have animals that provide nourishment for us. So I think the bigger picture, before we dig into any other distortions, is to understand that this whole consciousness of lack is completely untrue. And before you even start digging into limiting beliefs about your worthiness or money, I think the first distortion that needs to go is the entire operating system that says that somehow there's not enough, because it's completely untrue.
I am enough, and I
Yeah,
always have been. I am enough.
Yep, we are enough.
I always have
Mhm.
been.
Thank you, Dagmar.
Yeah,
Julie.
love that, Dagmar. So well said. coming from a place of not feeling enough perpetuates the belief that if I'm not enough, there isn't enough, and so on and so forth, and it shows up. It's so interesting. First of all, a lot of people always think about abundance as money, and that's wonderful, but that's just something that comes to us and through us, and it's just an exchange of what we use. But I think of abundance as love and light, and like wherever you're getting joy from. Like, to me, that's abundance. My currency is joy, and I use the financial things that come to me in order to spread more joy and create more. And growing up in my home, now this is interesting because, so I'm going to refer to money because that is the way we see it, money, but it's with everything, I believe, is my dad didn't spend money, and my mom didn't think we had any, so she spent everything. So I have done workshops on this, and I coined it, you're either a squirrel or a monkey. And monkeys spend everything they have, and squirrels squirrel it away. But the fear at the end of it is that there's not going to be enough. And so if we relate that to anything that you want in your life, and monkeys and squirrels always come together. Monkeys don't partner with monkeys and squirrels. And it's ironic because I used to do workshops around this, and then working with people to start with that core belief, as Dagmar said, that there is enough. There's enough for all of us. We live in an abundant universe. And just to let that seep in, even if it's a little tiny bit, that it's not about, am I enough? I mean, we're going to get there, but just to have the way to see the world as so abundant, and that we are here in these divine bodies to receive that. And then we start to look at everything, all the conditioning and all the stories that bring us to the point where we don't know how to receive it. I mean, that's a whole nother story. It's easy to give, not so much easy to receive. So one of my favorite topics is abundance, because I think that's what it's all about.
I think being able to receive is such an important element. So much so that in my embodiment program for conscious creation, love, and empowerment, which is my group program that I do ongoingly, we're doing an entire 2 months just on the art of receiving. we're literally on like week 7 of art of receiving, right? Because if you have those little roadblocks of I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving, money will change me, money's evil, or whatever it is, right? It's always going to get in the way. And so I've been, especially working with them on be a yes to miracles, right? Not only money miracles, but just like miracles in general. Like receive health miracles, receive love miracles, receive, all these good blessings because they're already here for us. God has blessed us with it. We're the only ones that get in our own darn way. So let's really, let in the money miracles. So, miracles. And let's continue with letting in not only receiving those miracles and blessings, but blessing others with it too. Right? Because we can give and receive. And actually, there's a universal law that's like, what you give, so shall you receive. So I would actually love to invite everyone here to join me in doing prayers and blessings for humanity. So I'll start us off, and then, Dagmar and Julie, if you have anything that you want to add to it, please do. And the way I like to do it is I'll start with the prayer, and you guys can all pray in whatever way resonates with you. And then imagine the earth in front of you like a small ball, and raise your hands and bless the earth. So you're allowing energy from your heart chakra and your crown chakra to just pour through your hands, blessing the earth and all people on it. Okay. So is that cool? Everyone willing to play? Okay. Whether you're watching this live or the recording, come play with us. Thank you, God, Divine Mother, Divine Father, all the great, great ones, spiritual teachers, spiritual elders, angels, saints, helpers, and guides. Thank you. Thank you for the miraculous, merciful, instantaneous healing for every person, every being on this planet. Thank you for blessing them with inner peace, with harmony, with goodwill and the willingness to do good, with the desire for a stronger spiritual connection, bravery to be on this spiritual path and delve into our light and heal our dark and become even more consciousness, raise the vibration of our planet, of humanity. Blessings of prosperity and abundance. So there's plenty of food, clothing, shelter, all the essentials for every person on this planet. Thank you for blessing Mother Earth with clean air, clean earth, clean water. Thank you for showering her with conscious people who take care of her. Thank you for blessing nature, blessing all the animals, blessings of peace in our government, local, national, and international. May all of the leaders in this world be blessed with kindness, generosity, goodwill, good virtues, morals, ethics, a desire to do good and be good, and to be very empathic and loving towards all with whom they are meant to serve. May there be so much light, love, and power on this planet that all darkness is to return again. So be it. And with that, I pass. Just unmute and go. Looks like Dagmar might be trying to unmute. There you go.
Today is a very special day. It's October 10th, which is the 10th portal. So I invited everyone to bring forward the energy of fire and phoenix and be reborn. Because what happened to us is in the past and should not control what happens to us in the future. Today is this beautiful day where we can say hello to what's possible and goodbye to what already happened. So rise like a phoenix and soar into your brilliance.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm complete. I feel complete.
Beautiful. Amen. Thank you. Thanks for participating in that. So, as you all can see, our speakers are heart-centered, loving, and want to contribute to you. So if you haven't yet signed up, please do so. at soulfulandmagnetic.com or at the links that each speaker has provided for you. And there's a ton of gifts. So, in a moment here, I'm going to ask our speakers to tell us about your topic and the gifts that you are bringing to the summit. So, Dagmar?
I'm excited to be talking about soul wealth codes. So, did you know that within your blueprint, within your DNA, within your energetics, there are these special codes that are destined for wealth, prosperity, abundance, and everything that you desire. But unfortunately, as we go through this life and even the past lives, are diminishing the power of these codes. They keep them dormant, buried under all these distortions. Think about your past incarnations where you took a vow of poverty, or maybe you saw money as evil and distortion of power. So you said, I curse that, or just removed yourself from that altogether. Well, all of that is resonating within your consciousness, and it says no to the money when you really want to attract it. So during my presentation, we are going to talk about how to activate, how to ignite those wealth codes, and how to release that bad karma and any distortion around money. So hop onto the Soulful and Magnetic on October 17th to learn more. And you'll be part of my very quick clearing process to let go of karmic attachments to distortions around money. So stay tuned because a lot is going to be unfolded.
And Dagmar always does something experiential and healing. So you got to come and experience that.
You have to be
You
present.
can tap into your
I
abundance.
am abundant and free.
I can't wait. We always want it to be something that you can release while the summit is happening. And Tiffany is so wonderful by allowing these experiential opportunities to be part of that summit.
Thank you. Julie, tell us about your topic and gifts.
Yeah, I'm excited about that too. I really gave that some thought as to what I could do. And one of the things I love to do is help people open to more of their spiritual gifts. And so what I'm going to do, one of the things I offer for the VIP, there's a draw, but I do what I call a sacred alignment. And within that, it's part of my gifts are seeing the beauty and the truth within people, and below that are all the possibilities. And from there, we open, and I'm shown the parts that are ready to shift and do some channeling and things like that. And so that's going to be a gift, actually, that people, there'll be a few of those that the VIPs can win. So for my presentation, I decided to do an experiential way of working with everyone, but someone in particular, whoever wants to play with me, to start to release and open and just touch, find the little spots of light and touch some of their gifts, maybe something they've been really afraid of or they don't believe it's true, and to just open a field that allows them in the presence to connect with and start to own something that's been wanting in for a while.
Love it.
I can do it. I can do it. I can
Helping them to
do it.
tap
Yes,
into
I
they
can
can do it, they can own it, they can claim it.
I can do it. I can do it. Yes.
All right. And for me, I'm going to talk about ka-ching your money space, baby. And we are going to have fun. It'll be experiential. I'm going to do some laser coaching, like clairvoyant readings with laser coaching. We'll do some group healing. I'm very kinesthetic. I like to keep people engaged. I'm not a talking head, as you can see. I find those, aren't as exciting. So we'll be definitely going into those wounds that have been blocking you or old traumas, if you're willing, and clear those out so that you can be seen, play big, be abundant, attract, prosperity with active and passive and multiple streams of income. My free gift is my financial abundance boost, which has 15 mini healings that are 10 to 15 minutes each, and every day is a different topic related to money. And then for my VIP gift is Returning to Your Peace Place, which has 3 75-minute classes that day 1 was money space, day 2 time space, so you can have the time to get things done, right? And day 3 was about health space, so you have the energy and vitality to do it, right? And then the VIP is only $27. It's super cheap. And as bonuses, you also get a free half-hour session with me, and you get access to my Sacred Body, Sacred Soul book club that starts November 6th, and access to everybody's free VIP gifts, which are at least, $3,000-$4,000. So enjoy all the abundance. Come play October 17th, live on Zoom, and let yourself get up leveled and really play big. Let yourself play big. Be seen and be abundant, right? Soulful, magnetic, and abundant. See you there. Bye.